Hi everybody, this is Jeremiah from Frontier Precision Unmanned. Today I'm going to be making a quick video, you can kind of see my reflection right here, on making a mission with the Mavic 3 Enterprise, just a standard mapping mission. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into our smart controller, or RC Pro, yeah, this is the DJI RC Pro. We're going to go to Pilot 2, we're going to go to Flight Route, and then we're going to go to Create Route. For mapping, we're going to choose mapping. And then now it's going to plop us down pretty close to where we're at right now. So let's say we want to map this region over here. So we clicked on the map and now it has the box. So then now we just stretch out the box to the area that we want to fly. So let's fly this area right over here. So now that I have a basic mission, what I'm going to do next is we can name the mission anything we want. So I'll rename this test. We'll select our camera. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the arrow and we're going to select DJI Mavic 3 Enterprise, wide angle lens. We have the option to do smart oblique, but this is not what we're going to do right now. So we'll just leave that checked off. Oh, come on. It tells us our ground sampling distance and terrain follow. For terrain follow, this area isn't too crazy, but there are a couple really neat things about the Mavic 3 Enterprise that you can do. So if you check terrain follow, you can do real-time terrain following. So this will actually use the obstacle avoidance sensors to do active terrain following. You can only do it at a minimum altitude of 80 meters, so just keep that in mind. But it can do real-time terrain following. The other way to do it is to do DSM follow. So another neat feature that you can do is you can input your own DSMs that you generate, but another thing you can do is if you hit that and then you hit plus, you can go download from internet. So what this is going to do, it's going to go through and download terrain maps off the internet in order to be able to use those within the flight. So as you can see, it's going to do terrain following. You can see at the bottom here the flight heights that it's going to fly. If you did real-time terrain following, again, it's just going to go through and do it real-time, so there's no DSM or anything. But you can see the flight lines change color when it comes to terrain following. So what I'll do is I'll select the proper one. Actually, you can turn ones on and off like that, but I'm going to use that one for terrain following. My terrain follow height, that says 492, definitely can't fly that high. Let's fly at 250. It won't let me go up by a little tiny bit. Set takeoff altitude, that should be fine. My speed, I'll leave it at default, depending on conditions outside, the light levels and everything. If it's a little darker out, you always want to fly a little bit slower. But if it's a nice sunny day, you can rip it going 20, 30 miles an hour. But that really is just lighting dependent on the situation. So here, you can have the takeoff speed. I leave that normal. My mission speed, you can see, as you can see, it has it so it's ripping at 33.5 miles an hour. I'll slow it down a bit. I mean, you can always do it. But I'll slow it down a little bit. Course angle, this is where you can adjust the rotation of your flight lines. That's a nice little thing that it does there. Elevation optimization. So this, at the end of the mission, it's going to capture a series of oblique photos while it's going towards the center point of the mission. It helps increase elevation activity or increase the elevation accuracy a little bit. This is definitely something you can utilize. Usually I don't. Upon completion, you want it to return to home. Advanced settings, so side and front overlap. In general, I'd never fly anything below 70 for front and side, but again, The default settings are pretty good. Margin is how far out beyond your flight lines that you want it to fly. So if you can see, I changed the margins. It'll overfly it by a little bit. So it's always better to get more data and not need it than not getting enough and needing it. So usually I'll try and overfly my boundaries just a little bit just to be safe. For photo mode, I always leave it in time interval shot too, instead of distance. So in terms of emission, that's basically it. Yeah. If you have any questions, you can definitely shoot me an email at jeremiah@frontierprecision.com, or you can reach any one of us at Frontier at frontierprecision.com. So hopefully this helps you out, and I'll talk to you guys later.